I know a good PDR guy, but he's not that good. Detail Friday. And a happy, glorious Friday it is here. So a bit of a cleanup day at the shop, and I sat down at my computer, replied to 5 emails, and 4 of those people replied before I finished the other responses, so I replied to them again. And then before I could get back through the rest of them, I have more responses. So I just ended up sitting at my desk for like 4 hours, setting up the next couple of weeks. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining about it, but it's like a full-time job to sit here and talk with a billion people and schedule everything and figure out logistics for a car that's in San Francisco that's about to be purchased by somebody in Los Angeles who wants to get it to San Diego for a multi-point inspection. And the guys in San Francisco are like, why? Just take it to AutoZone and let them inspect it, or some local lube place. Well, I don't have to explain to you why that's not a good idea, but we have to explain that to the seller. So frustrating, complicated, you name it. Customer picked up the Canadian car today, drove home in that, and we've got 3 issues. Number 1, halfway through the drive, the right side speakers go out. I tested that a million times. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe a bad amp, maybe a bad BM53, or Ted says it could be an issue with Spotify streaming with the Blue Bus, which I don't do, so I don't have any experience with that. Issue number 2, he's got crackling and pops coming from the front right speaker. That's because the iBus or CAN bus data is bleeding through somehow, and just Blue Bus hardware version 2 is such a pain. We've got all these weird little bugs and certain hardware software incompatibilities. And problem number 3, he got rear-ended on the way home in the rain. And this is why I now drive a 540 in the rain. You cannot drive valuable cars in the rain. Everyone around here is stupid on bald tires, texting or filming while driving, horribly unsafe. By the way, I'm not even looking at the camera. I have my left hand at 9 o'clock, and we're just going straight with a greater distance. Guy ahead of me is missing the tail light. Fun. Thankfully, the damage isn't terrible. It will need a new bumper cover. Did not spill over into the trunk pan or trunk lid, any of that. No airbag deployment. He's fine, no whiplash. So best case scenario if you are going to be rear-ended. Nonetheless, that's going to be about a $3,000 fix with labor, bumper, diffuser, paint, polishing, then re-ceramic coating that part of the car. And absolutely sucks. 55,000 mile, 2002, mint, clean, perfect, in and out. Well, that's all it takes is one rainy day like this. So he will be coming back for service. We'll have to figure out what is wrong with the Blue Bus /amp /BM53 nav radio module. Just a headache, but I got a little bit of stuff done in the shop. My car was coated in pollen, so that is cleaned up, and I just can't do some of this physical stuff anymore. I can work on my own car a little here and there, and obviously a lot of stuff on customer cars, but picking up where Mike left off on valve covers, I don't want to dig into someone else's project like that. The guy's not in a hurry, so stuff like that waits. Took in another car today, 2000 carbon black, M3 SW interior, which is the non-full leather, or the extended leather, rather, black luxury. 174,000 miles. He's in for transmission resealing. It is leaking so much transmission fluid. We're going to pull down the exhaust, take the drive shaft out, get a look at the drive line, and have the transmission resealed. Then he wants to do a clutch while we're there since the transmission's off. No big deal. But I've got to catch up on these vlogs, so I'm not going to go too late. This weekend's going to be crazy. I think it's going to look like this most of the time, at least tomorrow. Very dreary and rainy. Winter storm number 4900. Larissa is moving tomorrow, so Ken and I are going to be helping her move everything a few miles just down the 5 south in the rain. It's going to be a blast. I hope to be able to drive the M5 for folding seats, but I'm not risking that. So have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Saturday. One more note for Friday. Loving rear fog lights. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but it's got to be something in this ultra low visibility weather. Having that much extra light down low on the car in the back. You know, if it makes a difference of someone stopping a foot short or a foot into my trunk pan, I'd much rather have them stop a foot short. Good night.